On April 2nd, the New York Times told the world they had finally found it, the holy grail of the Silicon Age, a $1.8 billion health tech giant run by just one man and an army of AI bots. The mainstream media didn't just report on this company, they worshipped it. They called Matthew Gallagher a genius. They called his startup, Medvi, the blueprint for a new world where human employees are obsolete. But they forgot to do the one thing journalists are actually paid for. They forgot to check the files. While the paper of record was busy writing a $1.8 billion love letter, they conveniently missed the fact that the foundations were already rotting. 6 weeks before that article ever went live, the FDA had already sent Medvi a formal warning for misbranding unapproved drugs. But the red flags didn't stop at the pharmacy. Enter Dr. Richard Herzog. According to Medvi's marketing, he's a medical expert. In reality, he doesn't have a medical license. In fact, he doesn't even have a pulse. He is a high-resolution deep fake, a collection of pixels designed to look like a doctor, so you'd feel safe buying compounded drugs from a website vibe-coded by a guy with a laptop. This isn't a story about the transformative power of AI. This is a masterclass in how easy it is to scam the world's most powerful institutions using nothing but a mid-journey subscription and a lot of audacity. While the experts were celebrating a unicorn, the rest of us were being targeted by a massive illegal spam operation involving over 100,000 victims. Today, we are looking past the headlines and opening the books on the company that played the entire media industry for fools. This is the official audit of Medvi. To understand how Matthew Gallagher built a $1.8 billion empire with just himself and his brother, you have to understand the concept of vibe coding. Gallagher didn't hire a team of elite developers or medical researchers. He used a $20 ChatGPT subscription and Midjourney to manifest a company out of thin air. On the surface, Medvi looked like a sleek next-generation clinic. In reality, it was a digital storefront for a massive automated affiliate scheme. But let's look closer at the staff behind that storefront. Medvi's growth was fueled by over 5,000 active Facebook and Meta ads. In these ads, you see confident, smiling physicians giving glowing medical advice. But if you look at their eyes, something is off. That's because these aren't doctors, they are AI-generated personas. Silicon Valley insiders, including venture capitalist Sheil Lonot, have pointed out that these doctors all use the exact same scripted quotes, word for word, across hundreds of different fake profiles. In the eyes of the law, using a deep-faked medical professional to sell prescription drugs isn't just marketing, it's a massive legal liability. And it doesn't stop with the doctors. Medvi's success stories featured dramatic before and after weight loss transformations that were supposedly proof of their proprietary AI health tech. But investigators found that these images were nothing more than a digital shell game. Medvi allegedly took photos that have been circulating on Reddit and fitness forums for years and used AI face swapping tools to put new, fabricated faces on old bodies. They weren't documenting results, they were manufacturing them. Why go to these lengths? Because Medvi wasn't selling healthcare. They were selling the vibe of healthcare, while capitalizing on the massive, desperate demand for GLP-1 weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy. They found a way to bypass the friction of a real doctor's visit by replacing the doctor with a prompt. Matthew Gallagher claimed he built a billion-dollar company with no employees, but he failed to mention that he also built it without a soul. He bet that in 2026, people are so used to seeing AI slop that they wouldn't stop to ask if the doctor on their screen was actually a human being. He was right, at least until the FDA decided to open the mail.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Anna, and today I'm here recording a really quick video to talk about Medvi program before you go ahead and purchase this product, right? So stay with me until the end of this video because I also have some really important alerts, so pay close attention to what I have to tell you. So the first thing is, be really careful with the website you're going to buy from because today Medvi's is only sold on the official website, and To help you, I left the link to the official website down below in the description of this video. So if you use that link, the latest offer that's available at that moment will automatically get activated. So please don't miss that. Also, be careful with people here on YouTube saying they use this product, presenting false results and testimonials when in fact they didn't use it. Stay tuned, okay? Now, what exactly is Medvi? Let me really simplify this for you guys. Well, this program is designed for people who want to lose weight effectively and safely without extreme diets or gym routines. They offer FDA-approved medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, which work by mimicking hormones that help reduce appetite and slow down digestion. These medications are prescribed based on a telehealth consultation, so you get a personalized weight loss plan that fits your needs. But remember, you need to be realistic with your treatment. Each person's body reacts differently, and while some may see significant weight loss in a few months, others may take longer. Don't expect miracle results overnight. It's a gradual process, but with the right mindset, you can achieve great results. So how do you start? After taking a simple quiz on their site, you'll have a telehealth appointment with one of their board-certified doctors to discuss your current weight loss goals and health conditions. Then, based on the consultation, they'll prescribe the most suitable medication for you, which can be delivered right to your door. As for side effects, these medications are FDA approved, and the consultation will ensure you get the safest option for your health. And if for any reason you're not happy, they offer a 30-day refund policy, so you really have nothing to lose. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to help. Don't forget to check the official website for more details, and good luck on your weight loss journey.
In the world of startup culture, there's an unspoken rule. You can lie to investors and you can lie to the press, but you never, ever lie to the FDA. On February 20, 2026, just 6 weeks before that glowing New York Times profile hit the stands, the FDA issued Warning Letter 721455. This wasn't a minor clerical error. The agency hit Medvi with a direct accusation of misbranding. You see, Medvi's entire business model relied on selling compounded versions of blockbusters like Ozempic and Wegovy. But their website didn't just offer these drugs. It claimed Medvi was the actual compounder of the medication. The FDA's verdict? False. But the deception ran even deeper. Medvi was using marketing language that explicitly suggested their compounded injections were the same active ingredient as the brand name versions. In the eyes of federal regulators, that's not just a marketing spin. It's an illegal implication that these unapproved, untested mixtures have been evaluated for safety and effectiveness. They haven't. And when you're injecting a substance into your body based on the word of a Dr. Richard Horsgach, the lack of that testing becomes a matter of life and death. While the feds were looking at the drugs, the courts were looking at the harassment. On March 20, 2026, a massive class action lawsuit, James v. Medvi LLC, was filed in the Central District of California. This wasn't a suit about a glitchy app. It was an indictment of a massive, predatory spam operation. The filing describes a sophisticated domain rotation scheme, creating and discarding thousands of spoofed email domains at high speed to bypass spam filters. Recipients who never consented to a single email were allegedly bombarded with deceptive subject lines, all designed to trick them into clicking a link that led straight to Gallagher's $18 billion storefront. This wasn't lean business operations. It was a layer of fraud stacked on top of a legal gray area. And as if a federal warning and a class action lawsuit weren't enough, Medvi's back-end partner OpenLoop Health recently disclosed a catastrophic data breach affecting over 1.6 million patient records. The one-man startup that promised the future of privacy was actually a sieve for sensitive medical data. The audit is clear. When you remove the human employees, you also remove the human accountability. And in healthcare, accountability is the only thing that keeps the patient alive. But here is the most disturbing part of the Medvi audit. It's not that a 20-something entrepreneur found a way to automate a scam. It's that the world's most powerful media institution, the New York Times, handed him a megaphone and told the world he was a hero. On April 2nd, 2026, the Times told the world they had finally found it, the holy grail of the Silicon Age, a $1.8 billion health tech giant.
Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick update. So I had started on the Medvi program to get the semaglutide compound, and it wasn't working for me. Semaglutide is not working for me. And then I made videos that I've started on PEPs. So much cheaper, but I called Medvi today and I was like, I need to cancel. Please do not charge me again, because I didn't know if they were going to automatically charge me for the second month. I paid $179 for the first month, and I got a semaglutide vial for 1 month and the video call with the physician. So I think the second month it was a little bit higher, maybe went to $199, but it's still for the same dose, and it wasn't working for me. But I just wanted to go through the process of how it went down in the phone call. So I called and I'm like, I need to cancel. He was like, why? And I said, well, it's not working for me. Well, you know, he tried, and then he sent me over to another guy who was like trying again to keep me. Well, we can give you a doctor's appointment, like they can do something for you. And I'm like, no. After telling him no like several times, he's like, well, a physician can talk to you about your weight loss goals. Nope, I'll talk to my own primary. Well, it takes a while for the medicine to work. I'm like, no, I've been on this medicine before and it worked right away. Meaning the Zepbound, because the first dose of Zepbound, I knew immediately it worked. The next day I saw results the next day, and I felt them, and I immediately lost weight that first week. So already 2 weeks in, I'm on my third week of that, and I've gained weight, so it's not working for me. And that's why I chose to go the other route, the PEP route, and literally saving so much money. But anyways, at the end of the call, he tried to persuade me several times, end up saying, okay, you're not going to budge, we're going to cancel it, thank you, I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, thank you. So I'm glad I didn't have to go through a bunch of hoops. I just had to say no 10 times after he tried to persuade me to keep on going. I'm like, nope. So yeah, he said, send me over a confirmation email so I don't get charged. But yeah, it was easy to cancel with Medvi, and then we'll see how it goes with Triz. Pips. Excited.
Within 48 hours of the profile, the truth began to leak out. Independent investigators and venture capitalists like Sheil Monat pointed out the 800-plus fake doctor accounts and the 4,000 deceptive ads. Business Insider followed up, and suddenly, those 5,000 active ads started disappearing from the meta library. But the damage was done. This is the Theranos of the AI era. Elizabeth Holmes had the black turtleneck. Matthew Gallagher has the vibe coding prompt. In both cases, the media fell in love with a character and ignored the evidence. The New York Times presented Medvi as the future of business. In reality, they were presenting a masterclass in how easy it is to deceive a society that has traded due diligence for clicks. The audit is clear. Medvi didn't just trick the public, they tricked the people who are supposed to protect the public. And in 2026, that is the most dangerous failure of all. As of today, Medvi stands as a monument to the greatest loophole of 2026. It is a company that proved you don't need an office, you don't need a team, and apparently you don't even need a pulse to become a billionaire. But the audit doesn't lie. The one-man unicorn wasn't built on a revolutionary breakthrough. It was built on the backs of stolen photos, fake personas, and an illegal spam operation that bypassed the consent of 100,000 people. Matthew Gallagher didn't disrupt healthcare. He just figured out how to automate the art of the grift. He bet that in an era of AI hype, we would be so blinded by the billion-dollar headline that we wouldn't bother to look at the warning letters or the deep-faked faces on our screens. And for a few weeks, he was right. But this is the problem with vibe coding your way to the top. When the vibe runs out, all you're left with is the liability. By the time you're watching this, the lawsuits will have likely tripled, and the New York Times profile will be a case study in journalism school on how not to do a background check. Medvi isn't just one failing startup, it's a warning. In a world where AI can manufacture credibility overnight, the only thing that matters is the data you can prove. We don't follow the hype here, we follow the paper trail. We open the files that the mainstream media is too lazy to read. So, who is the real villain of the Medvi disaster? Is it the founder for chasing the prompt, or is it the system that gave him the keys to the kingdom without checking his ID? Let's debate it in the comments. If you want to see the next corporate giant fall before the news finds out, you know what to do. Subscribe to the Audit. We're just getting started.